All right, now what do we think of the Great Wall of Joseph?
I mean, good for the Leafs for making his job easy, and good for him for stopping all the pucks. Because if there's anything that we've seen on the Leafs over the years and around the NHL is even if the shots are easy, you don't have to stop them. They can just get by you.
Funny thing that happens, huh?
So he stopped him, and like especially as the third period goes on, because the Leafs were winning that thing like what 2 minutes 20 seconds into the game, and as a goalie you got to be thinking two things: one, great, and two, oh shit, because you got to be expecting those score effects to take over. But boy, they didn't. Leafs did a really good job, but man, the Islanders can't score.
Well, they have injuries and COVID protocol, I believe, right now. And it's a bummer because their first two games back-to-back at UBS Arena are both losses.
Yep.
I think it was 5-1 and 3-0. That's really tough for the first weekend.
Barzal has 8 points. Kampf has 6. It's a nightmare right now.
They're in last place, and it's not good.
Yeah, I had them winning the Metro.
Oh, yeah.
And they're last place.
Well, and who could be faulted for that? Everybody kind of thought they'd be good, right?
Yeah, the shots by period were 6-7-7.
Now
they were never in it.
That was only their second home game of the season.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do we give them a break on that? I think we have to give them a break.
It's tough when you got to start 13 games on the road. Like, that's not easy for any athlete.
Yeah. They're
routine people. You're going from city to city. The NHL outright refuses, despite how cool it was last year to do 2 or 3 games in one city, 2 or 3 games in the next. It would be so much better, but they're like, no, we won't. We're not. No. Don't understand why. Could be fun, especially if there's bad blood. It's like, oh, Vancouver, Toronto, they hate each other. Nah, they won't. It's November. They won't see each other till April. Well, great.
And their schedule is not going to get much easier because even though it's been 13 games on the road, they're actually really far behind in terms of games played. So they're going to get to make up a lot of those home games, but it's going to be kind of condensed. It was back-to-back. And it's like the league threw them a bone by giving them another team who was on a second half of a back-to-back. But, man, that team... They've been to the third round in each of the past 2 seasons, Game 7 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's true, what I just said. Also true, they've been shut out by Michael Hutchinson and Joseph Woll in back-to-back seasons against the Torontn Maple Leafs, and I don't get it. I don't get how a team that good can't score. I do not get it.
They are a very good team. They are a very good team.
Good for Woll. What a story.
And I think it was kind of cool. I was watching his post game, and he was talking about the fact that, you know, the guys were throwing down their bodies to get him the shutout, which I know meant a lot to him. You can tell. But at the same time, you know, he's got this. He seemed pretty calm and cool, and I like his like little moments of zen where he closes his eyes and then goes back to playing. His style after watching Jack Campbell for so many games in a row it's a little jarring because Jack is all over the place, and I find Woll to be a little bit more. I'm going to call it stagnant, but he doesn't dive around as much. Do you know what I mean?
He's a lot more cookie cutter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm still not sure if he's NHL ready or not. Like from the games that we've seen him on, I'm like, I don't know if this guy can play in the NHL yet. I have no idea.
It's 2-0.
Yeah, but can he play in the NHL? Who knows? I don't really know. They played a great.
It's a good question.
Game.
Yeah, but he's exactly what I've been asking for, which is a third goalie who you don't have to risk losing to waivers every time you call him up or send him down.
Yes.
So hooray for that. I mean, because Mrazek, I believe, has returned to the ice. I don't know how close he is to playing. I would like to see Mrazek play some freaking games coming up. But in the event one of Campbell or Mrazek get hurt, which is just going to happen, doesn't matter what their injury history is, you need a guy. You need a guy who, I mean, I'm pretty confident Michael Hutchinson would get claimed at this point in the season. Kallgren just got to North America, and I believe he's injured as well. So they need to be able to depend on Joseph Woll a bit. Early returns are adequate.
They can depend on Joseph Woll a bit.
Your third goalie isn't going to be a Vezina candidate. It's like, are you going to cost us the game?
Has he jumped ahead of Michael Hutchinson in the goaltender's depth chart?
Yes.
Yes, with an asterisk.
Yes, because of circumstance, and it's decent enough where it's kind of even, and you get the bump because of waivers.
Okay, Michael Hutchinson put himself in a position where it was worth taking a look at the mystery box.
Good point. Yes. Now, what did you see from Mitch Marner yesterday specifically?
Damn, tap dancing. I saw Mitch Marner is what I saw. I saw the Mitch Marner we asked for, not just the Mitch Marner we expected. The Mitch Marner I expect is the guy who, on the third goal, picks off the pass in the neutral zone and advances the puck and gets the zone entry. That's all the Mitch Marner I expect. The Mitch Marner I don't expect, but I'm begging for, is the Mitch who attacks the net and shovels a dirty one in.
Yep.
Oh, be still my beating heart.
Attacks the net. That's the key.
Who's the one who threw him the pass?
Bunting.
Bunting, yeah, it was a great pass by Bunting.
Pass.
Bunting looks really good up there. And I don't want to say that Nick Ritchie's role in this team is it's slowly fading
threw
away.
A big bad hit last night.
Big hit and set up the Kasha goal.
Yeah.
He looks good lower in the lineup.
And you know what? Good. Like, listen, all I want is for him to contribute.
Yes.
And he hasn't. Right? So Luke, I was so happy for him. And then Luke Fox tweets that's Nick Ritchie's first even strength point as a Leaf. And I'm like, holy shit, it's game 20.
Yeah.
Really? But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He got it. We know he hasn't been in the right spot, and now he is. I just want to have a quick just a moment of silence for Michael Bunting, whose season is about to go downhill very fast.
Why?
He drew 2 penalties last night, and now he leads the league in penalties drawn.
No, you're not going to do this.
That's it.
No.
That's it.
No.
Over under for Michael Bunting penalties drawn by New Year's Day. Between now and New Year's Day is 1.5.
The big problem is you're talking about it. If you hadn't said anything,
They said
nobody
it
would
on the
know.
broadcast.
No.
Cat's out of the bag. He's never getting a call again.
zero. He will never draw a penalty ever again.
He's fucked.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to
He
get
had a good
suspended.
run. He had a good run.
Steve, you owe
November 21st. He had a great run.
Steve, you owe the Leafs an apology.
Why?
Because what you told me something on Friday about this team that didn't come to fruition.
It's true.
Because it always seems to happen this way. You said the Leafs are going to lose this game because the Leafs always seem to lose this game. And
Am I wrong?
And you are correct about that.
Her sister was a witch.
She was the Wicked Witch of the West.
You're going to look at me and you're going to tell me that I'm wrong?
I don't know why we would.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
They lose games on the second half of a back-to-back, Jesse.
You put out the narrative there. It's the second night at UBS. The Islanders don't have a win yet. The Leafs are in town. Second night of a back-to-back. They lose to the Penguins. They're going down this game. And we always remember the moments when they fail. Mm-hmm. And we never give them credit for the moments where it didn't happen, where they did the right thing and they got it done. So I think like this Leafs team, they are on a torrid pace because I believe they just matched they're 3 points behind where last year's team? Last year's team was in these standings at this point last year. They're 3 points back, but they're only 3 points back despite the terrible start.
Yeah.
This team is a really good team the last 15 games of this season, and they've delivered in moments like this where they should deliver. And I think we need to give some credit there because going into this, you said it, they're going to lose this game, and you were going to head on that LFR and yell at them.
Oh,
and it didn't happen.
I was ready. No, really their only boogeyman so far this season appears to be the Pittsburgh Penguins for some reason. But other than that, yeah, they've shown up in these moments. It's great. They're blocking lots more shots. Like that wasn't just a Joseph Woll thing. They appear to be having fun playing hockey, which they weren't at the beginning of the season. They can play a tight defensive game. Mm-hmm. Now, I can't help but be negative with them because I was...
there shouldn't be anything negative with this team.
Let me
this
explain.
team is rolling.
Let me explain.
They're a great team now.
Here's my thoughts. I watch how they play against the Islanders, and they clamp them down.
Yeah.
And it makes me... I know what they're capable of. I know they're a great team. The Leafs are a great team. But it makes it frustrating when they don't play that way.
Okay, but...
You know what I mean? But they are.
But the Islanders can't score right now, too. Remember that.
That's negative.
What? They can't.
What?
I mean,
No, they can't score because of the Leafs, right, Jesse? Tell them. That's why.
I don't know if that's the point I was making.
I think it was. Tell them.
Is that
I want you to give credit to a team you don't give credit to very often.
Adam, why won't you give them credit?
Hey, man, I'm giving them credit. People say I'm too hard on the
What
Leafs.
if the Islanders can't score because they're in the same conference as the Leafs? You ever think of that? Jesse, tell them. Jesse, tell them.
All right.